Om Namo Narayanaya.
So Sarva Arambha Parityagi means what? That one thinks, who thinks ego, that I want this way, I want that way alone. So this is called as Sarva Arambha. That means whatever sankalpa I take it up, if that sankalpa is of divine nature, then it will happen. What way it will happen, no one knows. So let me give another example. Years before I thought, let me go to Punjab, small village. Then I told to Amma that this is what is a wish. Now this is what, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it happened so beautifully. Now, I did not know anything. See? So one has to be that much clear that if it has to happen, right people will support it at right time. Only that my sankalpa should be divine. Divine in the sense, selfless. So that is a point, what we are trying to make here. That let my sankalpa be divine. So therefore in Shiva Sankalpa Suktam, it says, Tanme manah Shiva Sankalpamastu. Let my mind have always an auspicious thought. Always an auspicious thought. What is called as auspicious thought? Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Now this is what is auspicious thought. Then let it be anyone. There is no distinction. Then people ask, this is always a question, Swami, this is fine, but these two people, I cannot think of them good. Now what do you mean, these two people? This is a point one has to crack. There are no two people at all. There is only one. That is Vedanta crux. Here we have to remove this duality. There is nothing called as two and more. So this Vijnanam, that is a Vijnanam, that it should really appear in our practical life. Day-to-day transactions. That is very important. Then one fantastic thing happened. So these are the beautiful experiences. So somebody came, that person wanted to give a check. So he made a mistake. But he gave me a check, so now I understood that, if new people come, I have to just remove the check, from the envelope and see. So there was a mistake. So I just called a person, see, this is a mistake. Oh, Swamiji, I have another, now, check means one more leaf of the check. I said, okay. I called our accountant. I said, now you write. He also made a mistake. Hare Rama. Now what to do? So this is how, this is fantastic. In our own day-to-day life, we can experience such a fantastic fun. It's such a simple thing. You have to write only 2-3 lines and that's done. What to do now, tell me? Nothing. Once this is done. So this is how it is. One has to be very clear what will happen at that moment there. The other point. It came to my mind. So let us think about how this Vijnanam only will help. So this, in our Mahayajna, the last day was Havan. So Swamiji came and Swamiji was there. So he is little sensitive about the smoke part of it. So he was sitting quite far from the all Havan Kund. Then there was no such agenda that people will come to him and take a prasad. But there somebody announced, now the Havan is over, everyone should go and take a prasad from Swamiji. And everyone was so smoky. Now what to do? He has no choice. So for that 1 hour, what to do now? Such a big queue. So just imagine. So this is how what will happen when suddenly nobody knows. So therefore what are we discussing? If with this jnanam, if vijnanam is not there, life is a misery. It's a misery and nothing else. Then wherever you are, that's the point. So let us tell you something more. If this has to understand. Somebody came and then he told me that I am acting as a midman to settle down two, companies so-called as dispute. I said, okay, what is the dispute and this and that? The one company is one, it's one family only. The other person in the family says, I do not want to settle because I want to see him suffering. While when he goes to the court and I also go and then he suffer, that I want to see. My God. Just the mindset. Hope you understand now. Why? Because there is no vijnanam there. There is no self-knowledge. So it is said here, that tat pada jnanam, that is a ashraya. That aikya bodham padayoho jnana vijnana sadnitam. So when we understand this so-called as jiva atma, that is tvam-pada, that which is called as tat-pada, that is Ishvara, that two are nothing but one alone. When it is possible, then in the previous verse says, dvaya varjitam. What is that? Upadhi dvaya varjitam. When we remove the conditioning. So what is the conditioning? One and one alone, which is called as ignorance. That is the conditioning. And how strong is this conditioning? We all know how strong it is. How strong. What moment it will catch you? Oh my God, it's really a fun to see. What moment it will catch you. And then after an hour you will understand, my God, was I that I was the person who was like this? Just imagine. So this is called as Daivi Yesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. This is the Maya Duratyaya. It is such a hard, it is such a strong spell that it is not possible without the grace of this Bhagavan to cross over at all. गोविंद 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 हाँ जी ऐसे ही है वो. नेक्स्ट 46. आत्मानात्म विवेकं च ज्ञानमाहुर्मनीषिणः अज्ञानं चान्यथा लोके विज्ञानं तन्मयं जगत्. Now it says, Atma anatma vivekam cha jnana mahur manishinaha. Manishinaha, those people, those who are the Shastra Jnana Sanhitam. Shastra Jnana Sahitam. That means those who have the Shastra Jnanam. This is called as the wise people. Ahuhu, what they call, they say Atma Anatma Vivekam. Jnanam cha loke, in this world, Ajnanam Anyatha Vijnanam Jagatat Tanmayam. So, one step. All wise people say, unless and until we do Atma Anatma Viveka, no one can proceed ahead in the path of Vedanta. So what is the first requirement? Sadhana chatushtaya kim viveka vairagya shamadhi shatka sampatti mumukshutvam cha iti. So for the seeker of the path of knowledge, this sadhana chatushtaya, if you forget, then to khatam ho gaya. So sadhana chatushtaya, one has to continuously remember, continuously, so you can reflect over, like that of introspection. What is the quality of my sadhana chatushtaya every day? Because if we do not introspect, then definitely anybody can fall down from the good quality of sadhana chatushtaya to the fair quality and to the bad quality, like that of the pollution of the Delhi air. So it keeps going up, it keeps going down, again it goes up, again it goes down. So this is how every day. Therefore, a seeker has to understand that unless and until my vivek is strong, vivek shakti is strong. What is Atmanatma vivekam cha iti? What is called as viveka? Nitya anitya vastu viveka iti. What is called as nitya vastu? Nitya vastu ekam brahma tadvyatiriktam sarvam anityam iti. So the transaction is alone from one anitya to another anitya. My God, how much this is a fun. Transaction is only in anitya. What is a transaction in nitya? There is no transaction in nitya at all. What is anitya? That which appears but which has no independent existence, and therefore it is called as mithya. Now imagine, each and every transaction of ours is mithya. Swamiji, what? Yes. And therefore people do not want or do not like this. How is it all mithya? It is all mithya. But from the standpoint of sadhana, this so-called as transaction we do, what is that? We are not doing transaction with the objects of the world. In sadhana, you are using that which is only the name of Lord, or that which is called as that which is connected to the Lord. So that which is nitya, that only you are using. The name of the Lord is nityam. That is how one has to understand. All mantra, it is nityam, because they are of one and one alone. Then knowledge, that which is nityam. So this one has to understand this sadhana part which is most required to remove this anityata. What is anityata? Anityata is one and one alone. Jagati satya buddhi. This is the anityata. My God, this is very terrific. Jagati satya buddhi. This world is real. Hey Ram Krishna Panduranga. What to do? Whom you tell this world is unreal, they will first label you, you are gone person. You are gone. You can't stay with us at all. Go away. No. So therefore this is not to tell to anyone. This is to realize oneself that okay, this Jagat is anityam. How much anityam? 101%. My God. 101% it is anitya. What am I doing with anitya now? Tell me. This is how we have to reflect when you are alone. What am I doing with anitya? Yeah, so one has to understand, okay, with awareness, I have to remain in transactional world. Wherever I go, with awareness that how to maintain my abidance. Because we all know, you just can't sit at one place forever. It's not possible.
Swamiji, it is so difficult. Why? Because I was reading somewhere this data. In this universe, 99.9.5% do not have any knowledge of scripture. So dealing with them all the time.
Yes, point is this, or point is one, have to be more clear that if I have a knowledge, then my responsibility is 1,000 times more than anyone who does not have.
Yes, it's tougher this way.
Yeah, that's the point. My responsibility is more. So this is the point. My responsibility is more. So you cannot blame other person. You have to take a responsibility on your shoulder. That it is my responsibility to be compassionate towards all those who have so much of limitation. Because we also can look back in our own life. So this is how Bhagavan says here, that Viveka will only take us to that so-called as Vijnanam. What is Vijnanam? Jagata Tanmayam alone. That Jagat is Tatmaya. Tanmaya means Tat. Tat. What is that Tat? That self is the Tat. Maya means that which is the one and one alone. Example, Maya means how to understand Maya. If you take water and put it in milk, now where is the water? So this is called as Tanmaya. Then there is no distinction at all. Similarly, that Vijnanam is, the world is not different than you. You are the world. So Gurudev gives a good example. He says, though these nails are absolutely so-called as jada, but ever do we think this is jada? No, this is mine. We cut it and throw it, but still we say it is mine. So that jada, when we understand this to be mine, then that Vijnanam is also me and me alone. That is called as Tatmaya. That is called as Tanmaya. Okay. So let us complete one more verse. Now 47. Anvaya-vyatirekabhyam sarvatraikam prapashyati yattu vrittijam jnanam vijnanam jnanamatrakam. Together. Anvaya-vyatirekabhyam sarvatraikam prapashyati yattu vrittijam jnanam. So it is said now, prapashyati ekam sarvatra. Prapashyati, one who sees very clearly. What he sees? Ekam, that one alone. Where? Everywhere. How is it possible? Yeah, now it is given the method. How is it possible? Anvaya vyatirekabhyam. This is called as the stepwise analysis to reach to the oneness. What is Anvaya? Assertion. Vyatireka called as negation. So, what is the first step? Negation is the first step. What is the tool? Viveka is the tool. Discrimination. How to start? Again a point to be noted. Yadyad drishyam tattat jadam. That's the first point we all must remember. Yadyad drishyam tattat jadam iti. Second point, yadyad jadam tattat nashvaram. Nashvaram. Third point, yadyad nashvaram tattat mithya iti. Now, where do we reach? That ekam. This is how negation we do. What remains? That which cannot be negated by any means. What is that? That self alone. So here it is said, that knowledge is vijnanam. That knowledge, jnanamatrakam. That knowledge is free from all the thoughts. The rest is yat vrittijam jnanam. The rest all is vrittijam jnanam. Now please understand, whenever we listen, that is called as vrittijam jnanam. What? It is developing a vritti, a vichar in your mind. Of what? Oh, this is how it is. This is how it is. So vritti means vichar, thought. So a thought is developed to remove the wrong thought. So what are the Shastras are doing to all of us? They are trying to establish this strong thought. What? Who am I? This is a strong thought they are trying to establish. And for that is a whole explanation. So this is called as this thought, which is the thought of the self, is without any sort of vritti. Why? Because that I am. It only possible in the meditation. When you transcend your mind and intellect, BMI, then only you can have that state where there is no thought, but there is awareness alone. Let us practice. Yad yad drishyam tat tat jadam. Whatever I see, everything is just insentient. Whole transaction is happening between the two factors. Both are insentient. Their nature is nashvaram, perishable, is the nature of that all the objects and all the transactions. That which is perishable is mithya. It's an illusion. Nothing is real in this world. Every moment, everything is changing. Let us focus on that substratum. Which is one without the second and changeless. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us have gratitude towards the Almighty Lord for giving us this knowledge and beautiful time. Let us pray for everyone. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamiva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.
Om Namo Narayanaya.